Hello dear ones, it's Izzy here, and today I'll be leading you through a 60-minute grounding practice. For this gentle class you'll need a yoga mat, blocks and a blanket. Grab some water, change into something comfortable, and let's get flowing. Go ahead, make your way to your seat, a comfortable seat. And we'll begin to settle in. The sound is from outside, it's not me. It's like a big truck. So go ahead, just bring the hands on top of the thighs or the knees. Take a moment to just shift awareness into the creases of the hips. Sometimes I ease my way into this space and it starts out good, but then halfway through, as I'm focused on lengthening, I can notice myself kind of gripping in the hips because they're a little bit stiff and tight to begin. So see if you can soften into the hip creases and just let them gently open to the right and the left. Maybe just lift the shoulders and slink them back and down along the spine. Lift through the collarbones. And then go ahead, and if it feels okay, close the eyes. We'll start the practice with some breath work, some pranayama. So just notice the breath. Don't move to fix the breath. Change the breath. Just notice the natural cadence of your own breath. And whilst you notice this natural flow of breath, of energy, begin to tap into the senses and allow the external noise, the external hum and vibrations to dissipate, to melt away, and become saturated in the sound of the breath, the feeling of the breath, and the way the breath moves through you. In these next few breath cycles, I invite you to draw a little more length to the inhales and a little bit more fullness to the exhales. So lengthening as you inhale, drawing out the breath a little longer, and then connecting some steaminess, some full exhales, you empty, maybe drawing the belly in, feeling that little compression in the low belly. As you release the breath, and as you greet that next breath cycle, again, see if you can make the inhale just last a little longer than the one before. See if you can make the exhale a little richer than the one before that. Slowly flutter the eyes open. Take a big breath in through the nose. Grow tall through the seat, through the crown. Big empty through the mouth as you exhale. Sigh the breath out. From that inhale, release the hands all the way to sky, reaching up through the fingers. And then flex through the wrists, palms of the hands reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, slowly draw the wrists forwards and down, stopping at shoulder height. Pause there, bring a little bend to the elbows, but feel this energy through the underarm, out through the heel of the palm, reaching through the tops of the fingers. Go ahead and just wiggle the fingers. And then push the heel of the palm forward, take an inhale. Open the arms, draw them back and wide as far as you can, hugging the shoulder blades together. Exhale, slowly bring the thumbs to touch, sweeping the arms forwards, staying long in the spine. We'll do that a few more times. Inhale. Open the heart. Open through the front body. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. And exhale. From there, bend the elbows. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And then just like rain, wiggle the fingers. Exhale, slowly float them down. Inhale. Like you're lifting your shirt, drag the fingers up the front body all the way to sky. Exhale, rain the fingers forwards and down. One more. Exhale. On this next breath in, reach the hands all the way to sky, palms forwards. Exhale, open through the shoulders, through the elbows. Find a cactus pose, opening across the chest. Again, feel that pull through the back of the shoulders towards one another. Inhale, press the palms up towards the sky, elbows traction forward, lift the gaze. And then contract through the belly, navel hugs the back body, wrap the forearms towards one another, hollow out through the spine. Inhale, push into the sits bones, let's lift the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, open, find a cactus. Palms to sky, elbows guide forwards. Inhale, lift the gaze. Hug in as you round. Exhale, forearms connect. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Open the heart, lift the chest. Deep breath in, and then empty. Exhale. As you inhale, release the hands, bring them down towards the sides of the mat. And then gently sweep that left arm overhead. Bend into the right elbow. Keep that left sits bone connected as you reach the left hand overhead. Find a generous side body stretch. Breathe in, and then bring that left hand down, sweep the right arm overhead with an exhale. Bend into the left elbow, reach up and over through the right side. And then inhale, lift hands to sky. Garudasana Eagle, take that right hand down, connect at the elbows and wrap. Press the palms together and the forearms as you spread and separate through the back body. Tops of the shoulders draw down and away from the ears. And then bring attention back to the hip space. See if you unconsciously began to grip in the hips. And if you feel that tightness, that tension, maybe invite the body just to soften a little bit more there. Take an inhale, lift through the underspace, just beneath the elbows, lift the gaze. And then exhale, fold the body forwards and down. Let the gaze come down towards the earth, head hangs heavy. Gently release the right hand down, press the right palm into the earth, slowly open that left arm to sky. On an inhale, lengthen, right arm reaches overhead, big breath in. Eagle on the second side, left arm comes down and around, connect and wrap. If it's too much, bring hands to shoulders. Breathe into the back body space. Send breath to the hips. Find a little extra length. Grow tall and then fold on an exhale. Navel moves towards the back of the spine. Gaze bows down. Slowly release the left hand, place it down on the mat or the ground, open the right arm to sky. And then inhale, reach through the fingers overhead. And then bring the hands down, let's shift to all fours. If knees are tender, maybe keeping the blanket there. Or just coming straight onto the mat. Spread through the fingers. Lengthen through the spine. More cat-cow, inhale, open the heart. Send the shoulders down away from the ears as you lift the tailbone. And then round through the spine, hug the belly in, gaze draws to the top of the thighs as you exhale. With your own breath, drawing a little heat, a little energy to the midsection, to the core. And then come towards neutral spine. Bring the right leg back. Flex through the right heel. Tuck the right toes under. And then shift the weight back into the right heel. Lengthen through that right hamstring. And we'll just rock forwards and backwards here. Just reaching, finding a little extra space. Shifting the weight forwards and backwards. Taking a few moments. And then bring the shoulders back over the wrist. Pick up the right leg, cross it behind over the left leg. And then send the weight back, opening up through the outer edge of this left hip and glance backwards over that left shoulder. Bring the body forwards, pick up the right leg, bring that right knee underneath. And then immediately send that left leg out, toes tuck, heel reaches, shift back into that left heel. And then rock the body forwards and backwards. Watching out for that left knee, we don't want to hyperextend or lock the knee out, just add a gentle bend. That still allows you to find that stretch, that length. Shifting the weight forwards, pick up the left leg, cross it behind the right leg, toes still tucked, Shift back as you open the right glute, glance over the right shoulder. And then bring the body forwards, bring the left knee under the hip, take the knees wide. If you have blocks, go ahead and bring them towards you. Big toes touch, come back towards a child. We'll set the blocks shoulder width apart. We'll bring the elbows, if it feels okay, on top to find a reverse prayer. Draw the forehead down and open up through the underarm space. You can always bring elbows straight down on the mat or just take more of a traditional restorative child's pose. Wherever you are, just breathe deeply into the hip creases, deeply into the spine as you let the chest just melt down a little further. Losing my headband. And then release the hands from prayer position. Press the palms into the blocks. Go ahead, slide them back towards the front of the mat. And then press the palms into the ground. Lift the hips. Bring the knees back into alignment, tucking the toes, coming to downward facing dog. Press the bottom up and back, chest down. If you'd like, you can go ahead and shift the blanket to one side. And we'll slowly begin to pad the feet, walking through downward facing dog. If legs are tight or stiff, take a generous bend of the knees. Find some natural movement to help ease you into this space. And then take a nice big bend. Softly walk the hands back towards the body, keeping that bend. Fingers glide along tops of the shins. Inhale, lengthen. Deep bend, exhale, fold. Two more, connecting the breath to the movement. Inhale, reach the heart forwards. Exhale, soften down. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Heel toe feet just outside of the hips. Toes turn out, heels in. Bring the tailbone down to Malasana, prayer squat. So take a minute, you can shift the weight side to side as we inch our way deeper into the hips. If you need to reach for a block, you can. Otherwise, stay where you are and press the fingers, the thumb, the heel of the palm together. Start to ram through the tailbone, simultaneously lift up and out through the crown and open through the heart. Maybe take a moment to close the eyes. Maybe pause to send some words of kindness, of love to yourself, to your body, to the practice. Maybe pausing to repeat a mantra or revisit a safe space, a memory that feels good and called upon. Softly open the eyes. Press the hands down, press into the feet, lift the hips, heel, toe, feet back underneath. In line, bend the knees, ragdoll all the way to standing. We'll lift the arms again, just like we're taking that t-shirt off. Inhale. And then softly bend the knees, open to the right side as you exhale. Push into the feet, inhale, sweep the arms to sky and lengthen. Exhale, twist to the second side, bending the knees. With your breath, begin to flow, inhale. Lengthen the spine and then take a gentle twist. You can bend at the elbows. No fixed space or shape to take, just moving with the breath. Your expression. Eventually coming all the way to neutral. Press the palms together, exhale, draw them down in front of the heart. From here, let's just go ahead and walk to the top of the mat. Find into Tadasana mountain pose at the top of the mat. Begin to ground through that left leg. We'll draw the right heel off the ground. When you feel stable, maybe play with lifting that right knee to chest. Find that balance, find that stability, that strength through the left side. And then we'll move to warrior one. Step the right leg back, turn out the toes. Keep that left knee bent, find warrior one. So the right hip draws forward, left hip draws back, right foot's reaching forwards. Left knee over left ankle. Heart lifted. Feels okay, go ahead and reach the hands all the way overhead, drawing shoulders down. Warrior one. Feel the grounding, feel that connection through the low body here. Really rooted, nice and solid. And then softly open the heart, breathe the arms through a cactus, sweep them behind and connect opposite hand with opposite elbow. Draw the shoulders down, gently begin to pick up the gaze with an inhale breath. And then fold the body over the leg, shining the crown of the head forward as you exhale. If it feels okay to stay here, keep that length. If you'd like to bow down and fold, you're welcome to. Wherever you are, continue to generate that power, that energy through the low body, through the left side, through the core. And then activate the inner thighs, hug up and in towards the midline. Peel the chest off the leg. Lift the arms overhead, press palms together, back towards the heart as you exhale. Lift the right heel, turn the right foot parallel. So now we're in crescent lunge. I'm going to bend into this right leg a few times and then bring that right leg towards the chest. And then place the right leg back down on the mat. Begin to shift over into the right leg. Press through the sole of the foot, lengthen up and out through the crown. Lift the left heel and then lift the left knee to chest. Again, it's okay if you wobble, it's okay if you fall. Like I just did it. That really wasn't on purpose. It's all part of the practice. And then we'll take it back. Warrior one, turn the left toes out, bend the right knee. And then take this left hip forwards. Right knee over the right ankle. Heart lifted. When you're ready, begin to reach the arms. And then shoulders draw down. Take a few breaths to just soak in warrior one. This used to be one of my least favorite poses, warrior one and chair, but I am learning to slowly love them. Inhale, reach to the side body, find some extension, and then sweep the arms behind, opposite hand, opposite elbow, connect. Shoulders melt down, heart lifts, big breath, and then draw the crown forward, either keeping long on the spine or maybe just draping over the legs. Yogi's Trace. Right side fully engaged, fully activated. And then squeeze the inner thighs. Use the inhale. Begin to lift the chest. Release the hands. Big breath in. Connect the palms, empty as you draw them down. Pick up that left heel, turn it to parallel, bend the knee. Take a few bends and then push off, lift that left knee to the chest. And back to Tadasana. Take a minute. Find Tadasana, mountain pose, maybe move forwards and backwards, shifting the weight until you have it distributed evenly throughout the feet. Find the length through the spine. And then let's go ahead and take the left leg, step it back. We'll turn long ways on the mat. So take a minute to come long ways on the mat. And then go ahead and we'll prep our blocks. So reach for your blocks and place one at the top of the mat and one at the back of the mat, just so they're ready for us as we move towards Trikonasana, triangle pose. So I'm going to turn my right foot forwards to the short end of the mat, turn my left foot out just like in warrior one. And to start, I'm going to keep a bend, just a gentle bend in that right knee. Bring hands to the hips. Grow really nice and tall. And then I want you to place the right hand on the front of the right hip. And use the palm of the right hand to push the hips back. As you do, this left hip will move back and up. Find that extension. From here, reach the arms to shoulder height. Begin to lean through the chest, reaching the right arm forward as far as you can go. And then when you can't go any further, we'll begin to pivot, turn the palms to the edge of the mat and begin to draw down. This is where we'll reach for our block, bringing it to the inner thigh, maybe placing the palm down, and then we'll slowly lift. If you like, you can bring that left hand to the top of the left hip and maybe find a little bit more external rotation. And then reach the arm forwards, or upwards, excuse me. And so in our triangle, we're trying to find this glorious position where we're making ourselves as wide and kind of flat as possible. What we don't want is to hyperextend and allow this top hip to droop in, the bottom hip to droop out. We're aligning the hips so the top of the right hip is reaching to the long way of the mat. The left hip's externally rotating, lifting on top of the right hip. You can add as much bend here as you like. What we don't want is drooping and sagging in. I'd rather you bend into that right leg and open, finding a more lengthened posture than a kind of droopy one. So don't focus too much on having this right leg, this front leg fully extended. Just find full length and expansion through the body. Let's take a moment, we'll take some deep breaths here. And then to come out, bend into the front leg, hug the inner thighs together. Use the obliques to slowly lift the chest and then lengthen the leg. Beautiful. Bring it down. We can move that right block out the way. Turn right toes forwards. We'll take an inhale, open the chest, and we'll take it to a wide-legged forward fold. Hands press on the front of the hips to send the hips back as you lengthen forwards and down, and then release the hands or the fingertips to the ground. Head hangs heavy. Shift into the hands, into the balls of the feet. See if you can lift the heels. That way we know we're out of just kind of dropping into the joint and we're actively in the hamstrings. Take a few big inhales, few deep cleansing exhales. And bend the knees just slightly. Bring the hands back towards the hips. Lengthen through the crown. Draw the core towards the back body. Slowly lift, press into the feet all the way to standing. Turn the left toes out. Right toes to the side. You can go ahead and place that block to the inner left foot, inner left ankle. Whichever level you chose. Take a little micro bend and then take the left hand on top of the left hip. Use that palm to reach the hip back. Then release the arms to shoulder height. Shift the body forwards, reach with the left hand as far as you can go. And then palms rotate forward, pivot from the hips. Begin to lift. Again, you can always use this right hand to open the right hip and then lift and reset. Fingertips can be on a block, palm can be on the block. And then continue to lengthen through the crown. See if you can notice if the head is dropping down or the neck is crooked, creaking up. See if you can find this nice long stretch through the body. Okay, we're coming out. Inner thighs, hug, squeeze the obliques, lift the body. Beautiful. Bring the hands to the hips. Go ahead, reset the block. Turn that left foot forwards. Hands on the top of the hips. Inhale, open the heart. And fold it down. You can bend the knees. As always, release the hands down. This time we're going to bring that left hand just directly under the gaze. Slowly begin to press into the palm. Draw the crown forwards. Release the right hand to the right hip. And then begin to lift through the right elbow. Open the chest. Release the right hand to sky. Gently gently begin to fold. Bring that right hand down. Place the right hand underneath the gaze, pick up the left. Bring the left hand to the top of the left hip. Press into the heel of that right palm, first finger, thumb. Open through the left elbow, open the chest. Eventually lift that left arm. And then coming back out, bring that left hand down. Bend the knees, bring both hands to hips. Hug in, slowly lift, pressing into the feet. And then let's heel toe the feet underneath the body. Inhale, hands to sky. Fold down and over, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Release the breath as you fold. Draw the tail down. Slowly find Utkatasana, chair pose. And then shift the weight here. See if you can pick up the toes off the ground. So we know the weight is pulled back into the heels. Take another big breath in. And then slowly release this right arm down and back. Gaze will follow the hand. Inhale, brings it down and up. Exhale, change sides. Begin to slowly float with the breath. And then last time, evening out, whichever side you are, finishing off that last side. And then slowly pull the body down over the legs. From here, rock onto the balls of the feet, pick up the heels, bend the knees. We'll take a toe stretch. So set the bottom down. If you like to have fingers on the ground, you can stay there. You can even bring blocks forwards to add some support. If it feels okay, maybe go ahead and bring hands to heart. Sorry if you guys can hear that banging. The salon next door came in today. See if you can balance. If you want to test your balance further, maybe even close the eyes. Maybe for a moment, maybe for a breath, maybe for longer. And then release the hands to the earth, blocks. Press the heels down, fold over. Take an inhale, halfway lift. And then fold, exhale, bend the knees. We're going to take that toe stretch again, lift the heels, set the bottom down. This time, you can bring the block to the right side of the body. And you can use that to help stabilize, or just take the left arm across and bring the back of the left forearm to the edge of the right thigh. Maybe the right hand presses onto the right block. Maybe you open the right hand to the right side. And then slowly begin to bring it back. Release the hands down. Halfway lift. And lift the heels last time. bringing the block to the left side. Take the right arm across and over. Either rest the left palm on the block or open, taking the left hand behind you. Really activate through the pelvic floor here. I know this is a deep toe stretch, so I know it can get quite intense. Last 2 breaths. And then slowly coming out. Go ahead and reach the heels down, bring the hands behind you. Release the legs forwards, shake the legs out. That feels good. And then bend the knees. Let's reach for that left foot. And pick up the left foot. We're just going to interlace the left toes with the right fingers. So go ahead and see if you can work the fingers in between each of the toe spaces, and then we'll roll that left ankle. You guys, I'm so sorry for the banging. I hope it's not as loud on your end as it is in here. All the way around. And then set the left foot down. Just give the inner arch a little gentle massage. I know that was a lot of work for that. The arches of our feet. Even into the toes. And then let's go ahead and reach for the right leg. So we'll pick up the right ankle, take the left hand and interlace the fingers between the toe spaces, and then roll that right ankle both directions. You may hear a few clicks. It's okay, just moving gently. And then gently massaging the right foot. All the way into the toes. Beautiful. Then bring the knees to neutral. Place soles down on the feet, soles of the feet down on the ground. You just sway side to side. A little windshield wiper. And then we'll bend the left foot, bringing the left leg parallel to the top of the mat. Take that right leg behind, hips are open. So we're going to find this kind of deer-shaped pose. And then ground down, if you can, through this right sit bone. Inhale, reach the arms to sky, and then slowly begin to fold the body forward, fingertips connect. Open the elbows and draw the chest down. If it feels okay, you might be able to even walk the palms forwards, pressing the bottom of the forearms into the earth. And begin to walk the hands back towards you. Take that left hand back behind towards the left side. right hand across to the right knee. Inhale, grow nice and tall. Find a twist, glance over that left shoulder. You should feel this nice big stretch across the top of that right hip flexor. And then slowly unwind. Release this right leg, cross over the left. Anchor that right sits bone down. Inhale, reach with the left hand, cross on top of the right thigh. Right hand comes behind. Grow nice and long in the seat. Exhale, take a second twist. And then slowly come back to neutral. Take this right leg out to the right side, back to where it was, and then we're going to slowly just move the hips. So bring the hands to heart, and we're gently going to roll the hips through neutral and then over to the second side. So lift and then roll. Slowly come through neutral and roll. Just try that a few times. And then see if you can roll all the way onto the second. I rolled off my mat. Second leg. And then take that leg back and behind. So the right leg's forwards this time. Beautiful. Big breath in. And then we're folding forwards again. Reach with the fingers. Let them connect and then soften in and down. Maybe walk the hands a little further forward as you press the chest down towards the earth. Big breath in, lift the chest, take that right hand out and back to the right side, left hand to the top of the right knee, inhale, and then twist as you exhale, gaze over the right shoulder. And we're drawing this left hip back, taking that deep stretch across lock, left thigh, left hip. And then unwind, left leg crosses over the right. Right heel towards the outer edge of the left glute. Left sits bone down. Inhale, breathe, right arm up. Cross the body as you exhale, taking left hand behind. Lengthen. And then twist. Unravel, come to neutral. Take that left hand behind. Palms together once more, and we'll roll again through the legs. Slowly lift and find the second side. Rolling through the hip space. One more. Perfect. And then release the legs. Let's come long ways on our mat if we're not there already. Turn the fingers towards the heels. Bring the feet back towards the bottom. We'll find a reverse tabletop. Draw the navel in, take a deep breath. And then exhale, push into the feet and the palms. Lift the chest, lift the gaze. Engage through the hamstrings and the glutes. And then bend the elbows gently as you slowly release down to the ground. Bring the hands to the tops of the knees slowly. Walk the legs forwards. Roll the shoulders, and we'll take one more this time. Bring the hands back towards the body, fingertips reaching forward. Point through the tips of the toes, legs long. Take an inhale. And then exhale, reach soles of the feet down as you lift the heart again. Gaze lifts. And then begin to lower. Come all the way to standing flex through the feet. Find a nice long spine, active through the legs. Reach the hands forward, palms to the ceiling. Take a micro bend. Slowly begin to lower the body all the way down. Taking your time, slowly bringing yourself all the way down to the mat. Bring the knees towards the chest. Just a little sway right and left. And then bring feet down to the ground. Lift the hips, slide them an inch or two over to the left. I think I've lost my headband again. And then open the arms, take the knees to the right. Gaze can come over the left. Just enjoying this nice supine twist. And then lifting the gaze and the knees, floating them, the left side gaze to the right side. And then back to neutral. Bring the hands to the outer edges of the thighs, gently allow them to open, placing the feet together. If you'd like, you can slide the blanket or blocks on the outer edges just to cradle the thighs and give some support. Turn the palms towards the sky. Maybe even bring a blanket beneath the head for some cushion. Close the eyes and take this time for you. We moved our body, we flowed with our breath, we cleared our minds. We prioritized our own well-being, our own self-care, filling our cup. Now just going to soak in all the benefits. In our Shavasana, perhaps reflecting on the practice, perhaps calling back on that mantra that you affirmed earlier, or maybe just those words of loving kindness that you shared with yourself. Bring the hands back to the edges of the thighs. Use the palms to guide the knees towards one another. Heel toe the feet underneath the hips and just link them side to side. Let's turn to the right side or the left side. Taking a moment just to pause, together awareness, together thought, together breath, together anything you need. When you feel ready, taking a moment to open the eyes. And then bring yourself into seated space or even onto the knees. Thank you for sharing this grounding practice with me today. I hope it leaves you feeling calm, collected, nourished, and restored. From my heart to yours, with love, light, and gratitude. Namaste.